off. We begin with the latest from the Middle East. Israel struck central Beirut overnight, killing at least 37 people during intense airstrikes on the Lebanese capital. The Israeli military expanded its evacuation orders north of a UN buffer zone on Thursday. That's a signal it may widen the ground operation launched earlier this week against the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah. Healthcare workers warned an apocalyptic situation is mounting across Lebanon. They say more than 1.2 million people have been displaced and are living on the streets, and more than 1,300 have been killed. NBC News international correspondent Matt Bradley joins us now from the Lebanese capital with more. Matt, good morning. So as Israel ramps up airstrikes, the ground operation seems to be expanding as well. Tell us more about where things stand this morning.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really threatening development, as you just mentioned, Joe. Now they're talking about, or the Israelis are giving warnings to villages and towns north of the Litani River. Now, the reason why that's significant is because the Litani River has been kind of a marker for this buffer zone that the Israelis and the Lebanese and Hezbollah had agreed to all the way back in 2006 with a resolution called 1701 from the United Nations, saying that Hezbollah needed to withdraw north of the Litani River. And it's thought to be kind of a border zone between where Israel would be launching some sort of ground incursion. Now it looks as though with that announcement that they want to clear some of that area north of the Litani River, that they could move their operations further north than they have in the past, or threaten areas further north. Even as you mentioned, they're continuing to bombard Beirut, the capital, and really points throughout the country. Joe.
So, Matt, the U.S. and other countries are working hard to evacuate their citizens. We know hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced. So how are those evacuation efforts going, and just how are people on the ground coping?
Yeah, I mean, those evacuation efforts, as you mentioned, they're ongoing. People are trying to get to the airport and buy commercial tickets themselves, but that can cost thousands of dollars because really, we have a front row seat here to the airport. The only planes really that we're seeing, with few exceptions, are MEA. That's Middle East Airlines. That's the Lebanese national carrier. All of the other flights have been canceled. But I have to tell you, we've been astonished to see that even as this neighborhood right here, Dahia, behind me, has been bombarded repeatedly, we're still seeing planes landing at the airport right next to it. So there are still flights, but with limited seats, and so those prices are skyrocketing. And we've heard from the U.S. that in the past 2 days, there's been as many flights, 2 flights, that have been essentially chartered by the U.S. government, trying to get people out. They're still making people pay a certain amount of money, about $200, maybe a little more than $200 to get onto those flights. But the U.S. has made this very clear over and over again for the past year. They don't want to have to help thousands of American citizens who have disobeyed advice that they should leave immediately. So a lot of the people who are still here are holdouts who knew very well from the U.S. government that they needed to leave, and the U.S. government is now helping them. Joe?
And Matt, we know the Israeli military has assassinated several top members of Hezbollah's leadership in recent weeks. So these latest strikes, how are they affecting the militant group?
Yeah, well, the Israelis said that they had targeted a man named Hashem Saifuddin. This is a man who was thought to be, or is thought to be, the successor of Hassan Nasrallah, who was killed just 1 week ago today in a huge series of blasts in central Dahia. And that, again, is this neighborhood right here that we're looking at and that has been the subject of repeated Israeli bombardments over the past more than 2 weeks. Now, this man hadn't taken his position. He was just widely seen as the successor because actually Hezbollah hasn't convened its leading council in order to select a successor. We don't know whether he's dead. Hezbollah hasn't confirmed, and I've reached out to them. They haven't said whether or not he's been killed. But the Israelis seem to believe, or they said that they were targeting him along with several other top leaders of Hezbollah. It looks like we're seeing a systematic effort by the Israelis to go through and kill top members of Hezbollah and other anti-Israeli, sometimes Palestinian groups, in an effort to basically say we're not going to be cutting off the head of the snake and watching it growing back. This time, Hezbollah is going to be dying where we kill it.
All right. Matt Bradley in Beirut. Matt, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.